Okay. There is so much to talk about this video. This video, I am not one for starting over, where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna start over again. But this video is a reset to the weigh-ins and everything that I started this year. I have been floundering, just floundering. And I've talked to you guys about it every step of the way this year, so it kind of feels good that at least you know where I'm coming from and I'm not having to try to like stick all of my issues into this one video, because gosh, there are many. But what, okay, there's a lot. Okay. So today, I am actually starting over, only I am doing something completely different. And that's why I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and give this the title of the starting weigh-in, like your week 1 weigh-in, and then we're going to go from there, because I am going to do Weight Watchers. I know, shut up. But I'm not doing Points Plus. I think everybody here knows that I have a true issue with Points Plus. I started Weight Watchers in May of 2010 on the Momentum plan. I was uber successful. I think I lost by the time, actually I have all of my stuff, so by the time they changed it in December, I had lost 61 pounds. So I had lost 61 pounds with Momentum. And then they changed it to Points Plus. I gave that a try. And I actually gained weight here and there. Kind of lost a little, gained a little back. It was not working for me. I did not like Points Plus. I do not like Points Plus. And then I was still going to the meeting because I had set the goal to be lifetime, and I was counting calories and so on. And that's when I left Weight Watchers behind, was when I just was like, well, F it, I'll just switch to calories and go from there. And, I had a good amount of success since then. It's been coming up on 3 years since I lost my weight, and I've gained back today 35 pounds. It's like from my lowest. So, because today I weighed in at 170.2. Now, the reality of that is I know that I ate dinner late last night and that there's some weight there that's not weight, but still being in the high 60s is not, like 160s, high 60s. The high 160s is not where I want to be, and it's where I've been for a while. So bouncing around there, I was like, okay, I'm frustrated, I'm in pain, I am feeling very overwhelmed, right? And you guys know that I ordered a Total Gym to help with the body movement and the working out even when I'm really sick. So that is happening. But I was talking to my wife, and she was like, where are your old food journals? Where's your stuff? You kept that stuff for a reason. And so we went looking last night. We went looking for them at like 11 o'clock last night, and I found them. And I was going through my stuff. Let me show you. I'm crazy. Okay. So I'm like going through it for food ideas is what I was doing. I'm sorry. And I found like all of my, literally from May of 2010 to now, you could ask me on any given day like what I ate, and 95% of like what I have eaten has been tracked, and the last 5% is probably within the last couple of months where things have just not been working, and I'm going to talk to you guys about that. Alright, but what I have here is this is my trackers for like the first 16 weeks or so of my Weight Watchers journey, and then I had the 3-month journals, and then I switched to counting calories, and it's all in Lose It. So if you ask me like what I ate on a given day, it might take me a while to figure out where I have it logged, but I have it logged, which is crazy. So anyway, but I started to go through these. I was like, let me go back to the very beginning, to like when it was really magical, right? And when I started to go through them, I put some dots together in my head. And that is, y'all have seen my iFit journal. I love it. It's like a little spiral bound 12-week journal, right? But I love it, the idea of it. I think it's cute. I love the gift, but it's not working for me. And I could not figure out what's not working. And I would start to think maybe I need to go back to tracking in my phone. And it's like, that's just not working either. Something's not going right in me. And I figured out what it was. And it's this right here. I had uber success. And this is where I really got my head on straight and really kind of was able to focus in with the 1 week at a time. Just 7 days. If you can get through this 7 days. And it really was like, with these little trackers, it was like, okay, here it goes. Okay, and I can do 7 days. And I tell you, I've talked about food addiction. I think it really is a lot like one step at a time, like taking your sobriety and everything. And it was just easy to do one 7-day pamphlet, and then it's over. And the sense of accomplishment you get, like when you use an ink pen till there's no more ink, or when you use your lipstick till it's always gone, or, you know, like that sense of accomplishment. The first time I wore out a pair of running shoes, that's incredible. And it's that same sense, but you get it in 7 days versus 12 weeks. So it's really, really awesome. And I was like, you know what? I want that. And I went on this, again, I'm leaving the frame, sorry guys. I went on this journey of trying to figure out a principal 7-day tracker. And I made one. I still have to kind of perfect it, and in the end that's going to be like a 1-page zine, but I also made, then I made this guy, and he was a fail. And this is when your scrapbooking skills comes into handy. I finally wound up with this guy. So I do have a 7-day little tracker. It's got a place for my, my goals, the weight change, my notes. It's got the place for food and points, and I'm doing points. I'm going to say, you're going to hear this so many times, you're going to be like, Sonia, shut up, or I'm going to hit you. I am not doing points plus. So when you hear me talk about point values, they are not points plus. When you hear me talk about like different things like that, it is not points plus. I am doing the momentum plan, the plan that I lost my weight with, that I was really excited about. And okay. At some point, you have to start thinking about food, especially with the Points Plus program. It's like there's just too much. You have to start looking at the reality of it. The reality of it. So I feel like this plan allowed me to have a healthier relationship with food, and this is key. I have always had disordered eating, and that used to be in binge eating and overeating, and then it kind of flexed to abstaining and withstanding, like not taking in enough food. So it's like very hard to find a middle when you have disordered eating. It's easy to flip it, but not find the middle. I feel like this plan was when I had the healthiest relationship with food, especially with the inclusion, trying to find it, of the filling food. So like if you went to like a crawfish boil, it was like, like 1 point for this many ounces of meat, or you could just call it 5 and eat till you are not hungry, not full, not sick from it, but like satisfied. So simply filling. Or filling foods. That, like, they do the same thing with potatoes, they do the same thing with like all those kind of foods, and that really helped me have a better relationship with food. So I'm really, really excited. I am totally excited. I do not feel good, and I'm still this energized. I mean, I don't know the last time I was this totally thrilled to be doing what I'm doing right now, if I'm honest. So that's where I'm at right now. I've gone and you know, I think that when I got so disappointed and disenchanted with Weight Watchers, not just because they switched to Points Plus, but then I worked for them and it was not the best experience. I felt like I was being pushed to sell more than I was being enabled to help people, and I think it just kind of all of it just left a nasty feeling about it. And when I walked away from Weight Watchers, I tried to still go to meetings, but I was very disappointed because in my area, the meeting that I came up in and the meeting that I did really well with had a lot of regular people and a lot of lifetimers. And they're always like, lifetime is, you know, free once you get to lifetime. But then they were like, we're going to close this meeting because you don't have enough paying people. Well, the whole thing about Weight Watchers is you have to have like a certain, like, let's say the number's 15. 15 people in the seats every single day to make it worth being open. We would have 20 people, but most of them would be lifetime. So we might only have like 7 paying members. And I get that it's a business, but at the same time, it was like you sold this to people saying you will have lifetime support if you get there. They paid their bills, they paid their dues, they busted their butts, they got there, and now you're closing the meeting. And it just left a very like ugh feeling. And I think that came at such a time, like so much further away from when I had been having a good experience with it, that I just had to shut it all down. And it was just like, this, I just can't do this. You know, like, I just can't. But in rediscovering what it was when it was momentum, when I was like thrilled to be a part of it, I started to also rediscover my leaving the frame again. Sorry. My cookbook. Now, tastier than takeout. This is a Points Plus one. However, in there they give you the calories and all the information, like for the dish. They give you all the information you need to do to figure out your actual points value. And because I am a borderline hoarder and I don't like to get rid of anything that makes me happy, I kept even my old calculator. So I have the calculator, I have my books, I have my little pocket guide that I duct taped early on so that I could keep up with it. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm ready to roll. I am going to aim for 17 pounds. That's my 10%. So that will bring me from 170.2 to 153.2, and then the next 15 pound will bring me to 137.2, and that probably, I mean, the part of me that's like, we could go to 125. One more 10% would be 125. There's a part of me that says that, but the truth is that I did not like my body when I got to 134. I didn't like the skin that I had and everything else. I am doing things different this time. I will be focusing more on muscle building like we talked about. I think the Total Gym will help me with that also, to do it in a very lean way. I don't want to bulk up, but I would like to have like lean muscle, so I am working on that. The reason I'm saying that is that if I get to 137 and I'm like, okay, I have more muscle this time and I'm doing things differently, then I might take it to the next step, but I'm not really 100% sure. And then when we get there, we'll see what happens, because I guess that's the part that I'm still figuring out, is how to make it forever. It's like either gaining or losing. I just want to live right in the middle, right in the middle. So that's what's going on with that. If you want to hang around and talk about fibromyalgia, I'll do that. That's where I'm going now. I just came back from the doctor. Like I said, I am very animated. This is probably the most animated you guys have seen me in a while. This is probably the most animated I've been in a while. My head hurts. My hair hurts. My body hurts. I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like a crazy person. And when I was like, I have been dealing with fibro 4 years. In 2009, yeah. In 2009, I got extremely sick, and a lot of you guys know this already. There were a lot of things going on, but in the end, it kind of accumulated into the fact that I could not walk for a while, and then even when I could walk, I couldn't get around very much. I was like, it was bad. It was a bad situation. I was out of work for a very long time. The migraines came. That's why I wound up being out of work for good. So it just kind of accumulated. I have dealt with my pain by pushing through it. That's what I do. I just push through it. And I actually have a blog on like what it is like to have fibromyalgia. So if you're interested, the link is below. But it's kind of like, I can push through the pain. I can make myself work out. I have to, because if you don't, you just wind up, I call it rusting. Like when you stay so still, it just hurts even more. But lately, I have not been okay. Lately, no amount of me pushing, like I can't get to the other side. And you can only push through something that you can get through. And so it's been a really, really ugly, sad struggle to continually push every day, which is why I finally went to the doctor, because I got really concerned, because the pain in my hands is bad. It's bad enough when you can't open the peanut butter. It's bad enough when you can't, do the things you should be able to do. It's bad enough when driving, just 2 minutes of driving causes you so much pain. My hair and scalp hurts, my face hurts, my skin feels like it's on fire. Those things are the things I was pushing. I wasn't pushing through because there was no end, but I was pushing. But recently it started to get into my legs. Like I think I said this last week, and so like today, walking was incredibly painful, and I was seriously reminded of what it was like the day I woke up and just fell over and was not able to walk. And I was like, thank God I made an appointment, and thank God I'm getting this addressed, because I obviously need to seek help and to make it better before it does get to that point, because I cannot be at that point again. I won't be able to make it through that. That's not okay. So that is what I'm working on. I did wind up with 3 medicines. One is to help me sleep, because like when you are in incredible pain and you're laying down, it's like, as much as I try to check out and not be aware of my body, it's like everything is so uncomfortable. You can't find a comfortable place to lay, so it's just bad. So I have something for sleep. I'll tell you all what the medicines are. I'm all about sharing it, because I definitely want anybody else who's going through it. It's like, hey, maybe my doctor knows something yours doesn't, or is trying something different that yours isn't, or maybe yours knows something mine doesn't, or is trying something different that mine isn't working. So we can network that. I'll definitely put those out. I don't have them yet. They're actually at the pharmacy being filled, and I will have them probably I will definitely have them by the next video, but I think I'm going to make a video. I am making videos. Guys, guess what I'm doing? Ugh. Oh my god. Guess what I'm doing? I'm food vlogging with my camera, so that my phone can't act dumb, so that nothing can mess up. I am food vlogging with my camera, because that is the other thing. I love writing these things down, and I love doing food vlogs. Yay! I think you're going to see a much healthier balance between food and me. Instead of it being like, this puff of air is 2 calories, and I'm going to charge myself 6 just to be careful. Yeah. Alright, I will talk to you guys. Well, you'll get a food vlog later tonight, and if I have my medicine by then, I'll tell you what I'm on. And and I'll make sure I update you guys throughout the week as I see how the medicine works and as I food vlog. Yay!